The entry-level drum kit is a highly competitive industry, with a lot of different companies trying to profit from this market. Gear4Music are a British company that have been around for about 30 years that specialise in selling equipment online. They also produce their own brand of instruments, and one of their electric drum kits is what we're going to be talking about today, the DD400. We're going to talk about the look of the kit, the build quality, the sound quality, the mobility and size of the kit, and the cost. So starting with the look of the kit, because it is an entry-level kit, it's quite basic, but you've got all of the essentials there. You've got a snare with 3 toms, 2 crash cymbals and a hi-hat on pretty simple rubber pads. There's no bass drum pedal with a beater, just a pedal on the floor, and you know already if you've seen some of my other videos, I'm not a massive fan of those pedals on the floor, but I'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the video. Now diving into the build quality, the kit doesn't have mesh heads like you would find on some of the other competitors. The pads are all quite basic, but they're what you would expect at this price point. The kit has quite a cheap feel to it, however the connectors holding the frame together did feel very solid. It held together well. One thing I did notice though was when I was setting up the kit that the plastic feet on the base of the kit kept either falling off or spinning upside down. It's quite annoying really, but other than that it seems to be pretty well made. So next I wanted to test the sound quality. So this is recorded straight into Logic with absolutely no effects or compression on it, and this is the first sound setting on the module. Now this sound and the other sounds are actually quite basic, and I noticed there's an interesting slap sound that can be quite distracting whilst you're playing, but the pads respond well and the module is registering the hits quite accurately. Now talking about portability, the kit is very light and easy to move around. It can also be flat packed to help carrying it from room to room. Most adults won't have a difficulty with moving this kit. Now based on questions that I had from some of my other videos, I took some measurements of the kit. So it's about 95 centimeters wide and 68 centimeters deep when it's set up. So that makes it nice and easy for it to fit in a small space, or like a bedroom or a small office, something like that. You won't have any difficulty putting it where you need it to go. So the features, again, they're quite simple, quite basic. There are 10 pre-programmed kits with 40 songs using the onboard MIDI sounds, so you can play them at various tempos. It's got a USB socket, a 5-pin DIN MIDI out, right and left mono outputs, aux in and phones. As with many electronic kits, the aux in will allow connection of an iPod or CD player for the user to play along with their favourite tracks mixed in with the sound of the kit. Now as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the bass drum pedal is a pedal on the ground and it doesn't have a beater or a bass drum tower. Now when you're trying to play patterns that are faster or more intricate, it does start to struggle a little bit, and it can also, that bass drum pedal will trigger in strange places. Like you don't really have to put much pressure on it in order for it to start playing the sound, and so it means that you probably will end up wanting to upgrade this kit pretty quickly after buying it. And the bass drum pedal input is a mini jack connector. When a lot of bass drum towers come with a 1/4-inch jack connection, this means it's very difficult to upgrade the pedal to something better later, and this is something that you want to do because these pedals are the biggest disadvantage of these entry-level drum kits. The sensitivity of them is very strange, as I mentioned, and I'll demonstrate that here. Now the price of these kits is what makes it the big seller. These are some of the cheapest kits I've seen anywhere. So you can pick one up for starting at £230. That will get you just the kit and a pair of drumsticks. And then if you go for £250, that will get you a bundle. So that will get you the kit, pair of sticks, and a stool and a cheap set of headphones as well. Now, because of that bass drum pedal, it may not be as cost saving as you think, because you are eventually going to want to upgrade to a better drum kit that has a bass drum pedal with a beater and a bass drum tower. So in summary, it's a cheap and cheerful introduction to the world of drumming. It is something that you're going to want to upgrade eventually though, so it might be worth considering something a little bit more expensive like the Alesis Nitro Mesh kit. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe as it helps us make new videos. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.